Imagine this, for the next 30 days, you're only allowed to sleep 6 hours a night. No naps, no weekends to catch up, just 6 hours. Most people hear that and say, yeah, that's already my life. But what if I told you that somewhere around day 7, your brain quietly begins a process you don't feel at first, but it changes how you think, how you eat, how you age, and even how you react to the people around you. And by day 30, something happens that almost nobody talks about, even though millions experience it every day without ever realizing it. Let's walk through what really happens when you sleep only 6 hours for a month. It begins subtly. On day 1, you wake up feeling okay. A little heavy maybe, but fully functional. Your body is still running on leftover energy from the previous day's sleep, so your brain doesn't panic yet. You grab breakfast, open your phone, scroll through messages, and tell yourself 6 hours isn't that bad. But a few hours later, something tiny starts happening. Your reaction time slows by a fraction of a second, so small you'd never notice, but your brain notices. It always does. By day 3, you start experiencing brief moments where your attention slips. Not full micro sleeps, just micro slips. Little gaps in awareness where your brain sort of fades out for a moment. You reread the same line twice, you miss a word someone says. You walk into a room and forget why you went there. You laugh it off, but that's your brain whispering that the sleep debt is beginning to build. By day 5, something even more interesting starts happening. Your hunger cues begin misfiring. You feel hungrier, especially late in the day. That's because sleep controls your hunger and fullness hormones. Leptin, the hormone that says stop eating, drops. Ghrelin, the hormone that says feed me, rises. Your brain starts craving fast energy, sugar, carbs, salty snacks. You might catch yourself standing in the kitchen at night, scanning the fridge without even knowing how you ended up there. It's not a lack of discipline, it's biology. Then, around day 7, your mood begins to shift, not dramatically, more like a quiet change you can't fully explain. You feel slightly more irritated, slightly more emotional, slightly less patient. The little things bother you more. Someone's tone, a slow reply, the sound of traffic, even your own face in the mirror. But you won't blame sleep, you'll blame work, people, stress, anything else. That's the tricky part. Sleep affects emotional regulation long before you feel physically tired. By day 10, your productivity takes a real hit, not because you're slacking off, but because your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focus, decision-making, and problem-solving, begins slowing down. Tasks take longer. Simple decisions feel heavier. You get distracted more easily. You stare at your screen, scroll, type, delete, retype. It feels like you're working twice as hard for half the results, and yet you convince yourself it's just one of those days. Around the 2-week mark, your body begins showing signs of mild inflammation. You don't feel it directly, but you see it in small ways. Your skin looks a bit dull. You feel slightly puffy in the mornings. Your digestion is slower. Your muscles feel tighter. You wake up feeling like you slept but didn't recover. That's because deep sleep, the stage that repairs your body, is being cut short again and again. By day 20, your memory finally starts to show cracks. You forget where you left your phone. You read messages and immediately forget to reply. You blank on names, appointments, small tasks. Your brain is still taking in information, but it's not storing it properly. Deep sleep is where your brain organizes and files memories. When you miss it repeatedly, it's like saving a document but forgetting to click save. Then comes day 25. At this point, your body begins compensating in all the wrong ways. You drink more caffeine. You crave more sugar. You stay up late even though you're tired. You try to catch up on weekends, but sleep debt doesn't work like a bank account. You can't deposit hours later and erase the deficit. Your brain doesn't adapt to long-term sleep loss. It just hides the symptoms until they get too loud to ignore. Finally, day 30 arrives, the day most people believe they've fully adjusted to 6-hour nights. But here's the reality: after a month of 6-hour sleep, your cognitive performance is similar to someone who has stayed awake for an entire 24 hours. Your stress hormones stay elevated. Your emotional responses become more intense. Your cravings remain stronger. Your body repairs more slowly. And on a cellular level, you age faster. It's not dramatic, but it's real. Your body shifts into a mild survival mode, quiet, chronic, and exhausting. But here's the part almost nobody talks about. When you go back to normal sleep, even for just a few nights, your body rebounds surprisingly fast. Your brain fog lifts. Your hunger stabilizes. Your cravings shrink. Your mood becomes lighter. Your skin looks fresher. Your focus improves. It's like waking up from a month-long fog you didn't even know you were living in. And if life forces you into 6-hour nights, there are simple evidence-backed ways to protect your energy. Wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. That keeps your internal clock stable. Get sunlight during the first hour after waking. It boosts your alertness and helps regulate nighttime melatonin. Keep screens away for 30 minutes before bed, and sleep in a cool, dark room. Even a 2-degree drop can dramatically improve your deep sleep quality. The goal isn't perfection, it's recovery. Your body is always talking to you. A little fogginess, a little irritability, a little extra hunger. These aren't random, they're signals. If you've been living on 6 hours for months or even years, you already know something feels off. Your body isn't trying to annoy you, it's trying to protect you. So here's my challenge for you tonight. Aim for just 1 extra hour. Not forever, just tonight. Feel the difference for yourself. And if you want more simple, relatable, science-backed breakdowns like this, make sure you like this video, hit subscribe, and share this with someone who needs better sleep more than they realize. Your energy is your power. Protect it.